Some K-drama actors have spent years stuck in supporting roles or in dramas that never fully use their talent. And honestly, it's time to fix that. Today, we're counting down 10 underrated K-drama actors who absolutely deserve a lead role right now. Did your favorite make the cut? 10. Lee Joo-myung.
은퇴를 했다고? 만약에 내가 오두식이었으면 그쪽 대가리를 깨버렸을 거예요.
네?
아이고, 김백두가 이번에는 장사가 되면 좋겠네. 다음번에라도 장사가 되면 좋겠네.
Lee Joo-myung's casting is one of those cases where the potential is right there and you can feel it. She's the kind of actress who doesn't fight for attention, but somehow still ends up stealing your focus. You notice her reactions, her silences, the way she grounds a scene without making a big deal out of it. From Kairos to 2521 to Like Flowers in Sand, she's been quietly proving, project by project, that she knows exactly what she's doing. And here's the exciting part. She's absolutely female lead material, especially for rom-coms and modern romances. Lee Joo-myung has that effortless, believable charm that works because it's not loud or gimmicky. She can do soft without being boring, strong without being stiff, and emotional without overplaying it. Give her a workplace rom-com, a slow-burn romance, or a healing love story, and she could very easily become the next go-to leading lady. This doesn't feel like wishful thinking. It feels like the industry just hasn't caught up yet. 9. Lee Sang-yeob.
나 안 될 것 같아. 너 뻔뻔하다고 욕해도 좋은데. 야, 나 너 못 보내겠다. 아무데도.
This one genuinely feels like a case of misuse, not lack of talent. He's always had that clean, trustworthy, classic male lead look. Yet the industry keeps slotting him in as the complication. The corrupt lawyer you hate, the morally gray husband, the charming rival you're not supposed to root for. And he's so good at these roles that people forget he's been doing lead-level acting the entire time. From his unforgettable villain turn in While You Were Sleeping to the public favorite boost he got with Once Again, Lee Sang-yeob has proven he can command attention and carry emotional weight. Even in Revenge, melodramas like Eve or Warmer, grounded roles like My Lovely Boxer, he shows range that goes way beyond second lead energy. The problem isn't ability, it's opportunity. He keeps getting cast to sharpen the story around someone else, instead of being the POV the story revolves around. And that's why he's overdue. He doesn't need another short-form experiment or lead-adjacent role. He needs a buzzy, full-length Netflix or prestige miniseries that's clearly marketed as his show. 8. Kang Han-na.
뭐야, 너 아직 내 번호 저장 안 했어? 난 이렇게 딱 저장해놨는데?
I know most K-drama fans already know Kang Han-na. Even if you don't always remember her name right away, you definitely remember the impact. She's been the antagonist you love to hate, the slightly unhinged wild card, the woman who walks in and instantly complicates the female lead's life in the best way possible. The moment she shows up, the energy shifts, the tension rises. Suddenly, the story feels sharper, messier, and way more interesting. In period dramas, she carries authority with ease. Her posture, gaze, and vocal control make power feel natural rather than performed. In modern settings, she softens without losing her edge, delivering warmth, humor, and vulnerability, while still maintaining a strong sense of self. That versatility is exactly why she moves so convincingly between historical dramas, thrillers, melodramas, and romantic comedies without ever feeling miscast. Kang Han-na has spent years being the character who spices up the narrative. The scene stealer, the emotional disruptor, the one who makes you lean forward and think, wait, what's her deal? She's been doing main character work without main character billing. At this point, it's not about potential anymore. It's about overdue recognition. 7. Heo Sung-tae.
예, 차장님. 제가 지금
뭐? 지금 나 미행하는 거야?
아니요. 뭐 그런 게 아니라. 차장님.
Now, let's talk about Heo Sung-tae, aka the actor whose face casting directors use as an intimidation shortcut. You see him walk into a scene and immediately think, okay, someone's about to die. Most fans know him as the brute, the villain, the fixer, the guy who makes the whole room go quiet without raising his voice. From Squid Game's Jung Deok-soo to his relentless crime and thriller roles, he's been weaponized as pure menace for years. But that's exactly why he's overdue for a proper lead role. Audiences already buy the danger. No convincing needed. The real untapped gold is what happens when you flip the expectation. Give him a lead where the toughness is real, but the heart underneath is even realer. The scary-looking ex-gangster who's actually a soft single dad. The hard-ass detective or team leader who acts cold but quietly protects everyone. The intimidating neighbor everyone avoids. Until you realize he's the one holding the whole community together. His face sells threat, yes. But letting him sell gentleness, restraint, and earned warmth would hit harder than any villain turn ever could. He's not just a scene stealer anymore. He's a male lead waiting for the right script to finally trust him with the center of the story. 6. Jung Eun-chae.
그러니까 다 있고 내 남편 우리 아이들 아빠로 살아.
The moment Jung Eun-chae shows up on screen, your brain automatically goes, oh, she's important. She has that calm, elegant main character aura that makes every scene feel more serious, more expensive, more intentional. And yet, for years, she's been cast as the poised, high-status woman who clearly has the most backstory, without the story ever fully following her. Which is wild, because she's already proven she can carry. She led a Berlin Film Festival selected film early in her career, brings prestige credibility from projects like Pachinko, and consistently draws attention in mainstream dramas without trying. Jung Eun-chae isn't missing anything. Not presence, not skill, not audience trust. The only thing she's been missing is the camera staying with her long enough. With her finally stepping into a proper lead slot, it feels less like a gamble, and more like a long overdue correction. And the good news? That shift is finally happening. With her confirmed lead role in Flex X Cop Season 2, it feels like the industry is finally catching up to what audiences have known for years. 5. Jung-se.
지금껏 괴물이 스스로 행동을 제어한 적은 단 한 번도 없었어. 단 한 번도.
If you're a true K-drama fan, I know you know him as the supporting actor who somehow keeps out acting the main characters without ever trying to steal the spotlight. You know the feeling. He shows up, says a few lines, and suddenly the drama has more tension, more flavor, more life. He's been that hilariously annoying presence in When the Camellia Blooms, the corporate villain everyone loved to hate in Hot Stove League, and the performance that stopped global audiences cold in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. What makes Oh Jung-se special is range. Casting directors use him as the stress-inducing coworker, the villain-adjacent problem, or the guy quietly pulling strings. And he's terrifyingly good at it. From ruthless executive energy to shadowy manipulators like Good Boy's Min Joo-young, he sells menace with ease. But when he's allowed to play warmth, it hits harder because it feels earned. Oh Jung-se has spent years making other people's dramas better. Now it's time to give him one that finally belongs to him. 4. Park Jin-joo.
연수하고는 한 10년 됐죠. 대학에서 만났거든요. 다들 아시다시피 애가 성격이 좀 지랄 맞잖아요. 그래서 한바탕 화끈하게 싸우고 친해졌죠.
Whenever Park Jin-joo shows up, the scene instantly feels more alive. She's one of those rare performers who doesn't just deliver her lines. She elevates everyone around her. From her unforgettable debut in Sunny to scene-stealing turns in Jealousy Incarnate, Something About 1%, Encounter, It's Okay to Not Be Okay, and our beloved Summer, she's consistently turned supporting roles into the most rewatchable parts of the episode. Her reactions are sharp, her comedic timing is instinctive, and even in quiet moments, she adds texture and emotional grounding that makes scenes feel fuller and more human. What makes Park Jin-joo special is that her humor is never shallow. It's character-driven. She can land a joke, carry emotional weight, and slip into vulnerability without breaking the rhythm of the story. She's often cast as the friend or coworker, yet somehow ends up anchoring the scene because she understands pacing, chemistry, and emotional beats better than most. That's why she's overdue for a real lead era. She's already doing female lead-level work. The only thing missing is a drama that commits to her POV. 3. Yoo Su-bin.
여기에 웨더 컨디션을 추가할 수 있을까요? 좀 더 극단적인 주행 환경을 줘서 아무래도 지금 저희 타잔이 그런 부분들이 조금 취약하다 본 게.
Tell me this doesn't sound familiar. The moment Yoo Su-bin shows up, the drama instantly feels warmer, funnier, or just more human. He's that supporting role magnet everyone recognizes because he keeps popping up in massive hits and quietly owning his scenes. From the K-drama obsessed soldier in Crash Landing on You to the lovable engineer friend in Startup, Yoo Su-bin has a way of making side characters feel oddly unforgettable, like they deserve their own story. And that's exactly why he's overdue for a real lead. Yoo Su-bin has a rare combo casting directors usually separate, but he somehow carries all at once: natural comedy, emotional softness, and the ability to flip dark when pushed, as seen in DP and Weak Hero. He's been used as the friend, the oddball, the bully, the supporting spark. But he's more than capable of anchoring a full A story if the camera finally commits to his POV. 2. Park Yoo-na.
너 뺏기느니 걔 버릴 거야. 그러니까 주경이 친구 잃고 상처받는 거 보기 싫으면 걔랑 헤어져.
Next, let's talk about Park Yoo-na, because if you've watched even a handful of popular K-dramas in the last few years, you've definitely seen her. She's the definition of a hit drama background MVP. My ID is Gangnam Beauty, Sky Castle, Hotel del Luna, Rookie Cops. She keeps popping up in massive titles, delivering sharp, confident performances, and then stepping aside before the story ever fully becomes hers. And that's why she's overdue. Park Yoo-na plays second leads and rivals with real bite, the kind you can't fully hate because they're too layered and self-aware. She has lead energy written all over her: the presence, the confidence, the way she commands a scene without forcing it. What she hasn't gotten yet is a drama that actually follows her choices from episode 1. Give her a glossy campus-to-adult rom-com or a rivalry to romance where she's the lead, and it wouldn't feel like a stretch. It would feel earned. 1. Lee Soo-hyuk.
도주영혼을 빼돌린 죗값이 고작 이 정도라고 생각하면 안 될 것 같은데 안 그렇습니까? 고 팀장님.
Okay, but let's really sit with this. Lee Soo-hyuk has always looked like a male lead. The industry just kept using him like a premium accessory instead. For years, he's been cast as the vampire, the grim reaper, the ruthless prince, the cold executive, the character who walks in and instantly raises the tension. He was never invisible. If anything, he was too striking, and that's what boxed him in as too intense to trust with the emotional center. That's why S-Line mattered so much. As Detective Han Ji-wook, Lee Soo-hyuk finally became the POV. And he didn't waste it. He carried the tone with restraint, not theatrics. Quiet authority, controlled emotion, that haunted under-the-surface energy that pulls you in. And the fact that S-Line was a dark fantasy crime thriller, a WAV original that even competed at Cannes series, makes it even more telling. What he needs now is obvious: a full-length drama where audiences can actually live with his character. A 12-16 episode thriller, noir romance, or mature melodrama where the danger isn't just aesthetic, but emotional. And that wraps up our list. So now I want to hear from you. Which K-drama actor do you think deserves a lead role right now? Let us know in the comments. I'm always reading them. And while you're here, click on our video about the most watched K-dramas on Netflix. Trust me, you'll want to see which one actually won the year.